not going to get any easier. You got to look at it differently. Because I could even say from like now with being a month in, like I was ready to tap out with this motherhood stuff. I don't know how people like, I have a whole different view on people, even from just a physical standpoint of like what our bodies can do, how it recuperates, the emotions, the attachments, the sleep deprivation, the like all the other pieces along with whatever life throws at you is very complicated. So it does not get easier. You evolve and you become better. So it's a mental shift that you got to undertake. And that's why, like, I really appreciated this space for so long that, you know what I'm saying? It's been almost a year since, you know, some of y'all been with, you know, matter of fact, all of y'all started this on here from that time. So it's like this space was a safe space for that now, but now that it's transitioning and life is starting, more is going to be demanding and pulling at people because the world is opening back up. So you have to evolve and you have to make a conscious decision. And this is something that I had to do. So I'm not like talking at you. This is something that I just recently even had to do as late as yesterday. And I was like, Brittany, no, you can't, because like yesterday my sister came over and helped while I just cleaned up and cooked in my house, and that was a big deal to me because usually like I can't move like I used to even do things in the house. And I kept saying this notion in my head like, oh my God, is my life, like this is a couple weeks ago, is my life over? I'm not gonna be able to do this. And I'm getting booked, I'm getting called to go do shows out of town and stuff now again, and you know, like, and I'm like, I had a festival to book me for something. It's just like a lot of stuff that was happening at once, and I couldn't perform at the same level that I did before. So I started feeling resentful, you know, and Cherish, this is especially like, and I think even for Laura, because Laura, you went back to work not too long ago, and Tabasha went back into the building. So it's a transition for all of us to go back into what is not even like what it was before. Does that make sense? Like, this is not what the world was like before. We're going back with new COVID regulations, with masks, with, you know what I'm saying? We're still social distancing. Some people are taking a vaccine, some people are not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that looks like, this is still all new for us. So we have to evolve. It's not going to get easier. The world is never going to be like what it was before COVID. Some things are going to permanently be different. So we have to transform our mind to what the world is going to look like now, you know what I'm saying, and be present with now. So the thing that really helped me is I got some mommy affirmation cards that I ordered online, new mama affirmation, which is really good. I got into my word more. I started grounding more, and I started like, okay, you know what, Brittany, you know a lot of moms. I know a lot of moms. I coach moms all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like that are not in the mastermind, like they do one-offs with me in VIP days, like their mom, and they are still making it happen in some type of way. So they're making it happen, and a lot of them don't have as much support as you. You know what I'm saying? I got my husband, I got my sisters, I got my mom. You know what I'm saying? And this is with COVID. This is without even hiring anybody else, and I can't afford to hire a nanny. So it's about, okay, where are my resources most valuable now? You get what I'm saying? So what's going to bring the most value in my life right now? So for me, and this is like, I think this could even just be the lesson right now, because we all are going into a new normal. That would be a great topic for this, right? Y'all, I feel like I want to go live with this one. Can I go live? Y'all cool? You cool, Tabasha? You cool, Laura? No. We can do the event. I thought I missed it. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She said go live. You cool, Cherish? I feel like this is a message. I feel like everybody. I just feel like in my soul that people need to hear this right now.
I'm gonna turn my camera off.
Ah, you got a picture on her?
Yep.
That's fine. So I still want y'all to talk with me, but I just feel like this is what we need to hear right now. Boom. Just even for me. Okay, this is coming up over here. Thank y'all for being flexible, and I might go off of here when I'm gonna talk about the updates, y'all, because I know everybody ain't gonna roll with me into the next chapter, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so Cherish, you're the only one that's coming up over here. Thank y'all for being flexible, and I might go off of here when I'm gonna talk about the updates, y'all, because I know everybody ain't gonna roll with me into the next chapter, and okay. Can y'all still hear me, or can y'all hear a back feedback?
The feedback just stopped.
Okay, cool. So I had to mute the other thing. So the biggest thing right now, like I said, like even embracing what this is going to look like in a new chapter is really like mindset. And that's, let me even just say that I haven't been talking the last couple of masterminds because we've been having guest speakers, right? And then we had a few days in between then. So for me, postpartum was very traumatic. Like, and like postpartum is a stage too. And I have to go back. So Cherish, you ain't never had no baby. This is my first baby. So I have to really like go back and clarify, because people are taking postpartum is like postpartum depression. Postpartum is a stage, just the fourth trimester. So it's not like this traumatic thing that everybody try to make it to be like, oh, you got postpartum. Like everybody has postpartum. That's how you have a baby. That's why it's called postpartum. It's post when they leave your belly. Okay. Anyway, so that is legit a stage. And when your body is going through all these other things. So I had also had to look at the way that my mindset was before. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this baby and I could go and I could sweep the floor the next day. I could go drive. And the first day I did drive, like I didn't realize that okay, my stitches were there for real. You get what I'm saying? Because whatever dope they had me on in the hospital, child, it was some good stuff. Because I didn't know until because y'all know, like I came home and I did the mastermind today. Remember? And Tabasha was like, you look like you ain't even, like, who pops on her and look like you ain't even had a child? Because child, I ain't feel nothing yet. That dope was good, whatever they had gave me in the hospital. I wasn't feeling none of it. Like, none of it, right? So, like, what happened is, like, as I wind down, my body I started to feel the trauma that I had went through mentally and physically. I was just like, oh, something's not right. You know what I'm saying? As the day we had Delicia and them on talking about real estate. So, to say all of that, to say less, like I went from coming home from the hospital with, you know what I'm saying, my eyebrows and my lipstick still looking on fleek, you know what I'm saying, and like present, right, to that evening feeling like a train had hit me, like because everything started to really settle in, like and it started to really come in, like it's very traumatic. That's all I'm gonna say. So I went to my feet being swollen, like ankles, like before they weren't even as swollen when I was pregnant, like and also it was just so my feet got swollen. I started to feel my stitches, which was horrible, and then I also developed carpal tunnel in my hands. So I was mad at my body for it not being what it was before, because nobody ever told me that when I walked into postpartum, like when I had her, that I was going to have this big recovery process. And then also it never really hit into me. So y'all know how y'all see on the movies, like everybody like just instantly connect with their baby. I did not instantly connect with her. First off, they put a dirty baby on my chest. Like she still had blood and stuff all over her. That's not how they show you on the movies. I was like, can you get this dirty baby off of me? I was not really feeling it, like for real. So, and it took a while to develop that. So like now a month later, I feel like I'm finally getting a hang on like, okay, yeah, I could be her mom. But for a while I was having some buyer's remorse, like, yo, like you do what you want to do. Like I just left a job, you a whole nother job. Like, I mean, but and we think about these things, but it's really a new normal. So like in between that, me going through postpartum recovery and then embracing this new normal where now they having mask mandates, like where it's not mandatory to what, like that joint, that's scary to me. Because I know some folks not giving this COVID vaccine. So saying all of that, I had to get back grounded. So I had to get my affirmations back popping. Because like this, and here's the thing, you can't use what you had before to bring you into this new season. You understand what I'm saying, Cherish? You understand what I'm saying, Laura? Okay, Laura just said postpartum is a roller coaster. Swear, no, I was not prepared. I was not meant. First off, even going to the bathroom is different. Cherish, you ain't had no baby. I don't know whoever watching. Maybe you ain't never had no baby. Don't nobody tell you when you go to the bathroom, it's a 4-step process. Before you used to sit like when I was pregnant, they potty, yada, yada, yada. I was pottying a lot, right? But nobody tell you once you have a baby, first off, you go from 9 months to not having a period at all. So like now you're heavily bleeding and you have stitches and you have to, she said the worst bathroom break. Seriously, you got this thing that it's called a perinatal where you got to spray and then you got a pad and then you got the what's it called, the witch hazel pads you got to put down and change the pad. You can't and mush underwear. I was like, look, let me tell you something. She said it's different for all this. It's serious. It definitely looks different. And it's what's the other thing? And it's this spray bottle of numbing cream that you use too. So it's 4 things that you have to do every time you go to the bathroom. So you dread even going to the bathroom, your body. And I left only taking 2 medications, which was my prenatal and my aspirin, to coming home with 4 medications and a blood pressure monitor twice a day, plus giving her medicines. And she had it was just like a roller coaster of things all at once. You know what I'm saying? A roller coaster. She said my youngest is almost 24, so that's some look, man, whatever. It was traumatic to say the least. So when I'm saying all of that, like I mentally felt drained because like on top of physically, I was like, how am I gonna do this? Because breastfeeding, when you developing, I'm not trying to scare you, Cherish. I hope you still want to have kids one day, but nobody told me any of this, so it's still a joyful process now, a month later. But this joint was not joyful in the midst of it. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it, so I'm talking about this in tandem with business. So I'm gonna get to the point where we're talking about balancing out, right? But also when you develop in breast milk, it comes at different times for different people. So like it also gives you cramps again. So again, you go from not having a period and cramps to getting a cramp every time you got to feed your baby. And a newborn has to be fed every hour and a half or so. So you're not getting no sleep. You sleep deprived. You angry. You cramping. You bleeding. Going to the bathroom is horrible. It was a lot. And everybody was like, "Oh, congratulations!" I'm like, "Congratulations for what?" Like this ain't what I signed up for. Like what did you like? I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a process, right? It was a different mental process. So with all that being said, like I just missed my business so much. And I know that's not like some people are like, oh, like, well, you should embrace this, enjoy your baby. But here's the thing, like Beauty Impact was my first baby. It's 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the trenches with this bitch. So like that was my so not being able to do things at the capacity that I was doing them before almost took me out. Like I was just like, I don't like. I seriously had buyer's remorse. Like, yo, like, what did I do? Like, why did I have this child? Like, I ain't gonna. Be... But here's the thing. I want y'all to think about all the struggles that you currently have, or that you even had before coming into Mogul Mastermind, or even that you had during Mastermind. Whatever. This just pick about 3 struggles, okay? Everybody pick 3 struggles, and y'all can throw it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. Whatever you want to do. Pick 3 struggles right now, okay? Pick 3 struggles. That's not what you do. So I'm gonna tell y'all my 3 struggles while y'all thinking of y'all's, okay? So struggle number 1, I also suffer